History remembers the kings who built empires. It forgets the ones whose empires were erased from the earth itself. Look at what we built. Nothing can touch us. Nothing ever has. There was a nation that carved its cities into the mountains. A people taller and stronger than any who came before them. And when Allah sent them a warning, they laughed. One young man among them did not laugh. This is the story of the people of Aad, and the prophet who tried to save them. Who is stronger than us? Who could ever bring us down? Long before Rome. Long before Egypt rose along the Nile. There was a land in southern Arabia called Al-Akaf, the land of shifting sands. And in that land lived a civilization unlike anything the world had seen before. The people of Aad, descendants of Nuh alayhi salam, grown into a nation of giants. Every man among them stood taller than any man you have ever seen. Every body built like a fortress. Allah had given them a gift He had given no other nation of their time. Strength beyond measure. They raised cities with pillars so tall they seemed to touch the clouds. They cut palaces directly into the rock of the mountains. They dug wells where other men saw only desert. They turned barren land green with their own 2 hands. No nation before them had ever built like this. And no nation before them had ever been given so much. Among them, in the city of Iram, lived a young man named Kedar. His father cut stone for the great pillars. And even as a boy, Kedar would stand at the base of them and wonder how something built by human hands could ever reach so high. Do you see the size of what our fathers built? No one comes close to us. No one ever will. But a gift like that, in the wrong hands, does not stay a gift for long. Slowly, something began to rot beneath all that strength. Why do we bow to stones? We are the ones who built this world with our own hands. The people of Aad had turned away from the one God their forefather Nuh had worshipped. They carved idols instead. Sada, Samad, and Al-Haram. Names of stone that could not hear a single prayer whispered before them. And with every generation that passed, their hearts grew harder, and their pride grew taller than even their own pillars. Kedar bowed with the rest of them at the temple each season. But something in him never settled. A stone cannot have carved itself. So who carved the first hand that carved it? Into a nation like this, drunk on its own power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a man from among them. A man they knew. A man they trusted. His name was Hud, alayhi salatu was salam. My people, listen to me. I ask you for nothing in return for this. Hud alayhi salam was not a stranger walking in from some distant land. He was one of them. Born among them. Raised in the very tribe he was now being sent to warn. And that made what came next even harder to bear. Worship Allah alone. You have no God besides Him. He stood before his own people, his own blood, and he told them the truth they did not want to hear. My people, I do not ask you for any wage for this. My reward is with the one who created me. Will you not use your minds? Somewhere in the crowd that day, a young stonecutter stood still longer than everyone around him. Look around you. Look at what he has given you. He made you successors after the people of Nuh. He increased you in stature above all the nations of the world. He gave you rain from the sky when the ground was dry. He gave you strength no other people have ever held. Remember the favors of Allah, so that you may succeed. Father, what he says. It sounds true to me. Keep your voice down, Kedar. The chiefs are watching who nods and who does not. But the chiefs of Aad, standing at the top of their own pride, did not hear a warning in Hud's words. They heard an insult. Have you come to turn us away from what our fathers worship? Then bring us what you threaten us with, if you are telling the truth. My people, I am not mad. I am a messenger from the Lord of all the worlds, sent to deliver this to you clearly. I only fear for you the punishment of a terrible day. Terrible day. Look at us, Hud. Look at the size of our bodies. Look at the height of our buildings. Who in this world could ever bring harm to a people like us? It seems some of our gods have struck you with madness. That was the word they used for a prophet of Allah. Mad. As if the one speaking the clearest truth they had ever heard was the one who had lost his mind. Kedar walked home that night saying nothing at all. But he did not sleep. Years passed like this. Hud alayhi salam kept coming back to the same gathering place, kept saying the same truth, and the nation kept answering him with the same mockery. I call Allah to witness, and you bear witness, that I am free of whatever you associate with him besides Allah. So plot against me, all of you together, and do not delay me for a single moment. Some grew angrier with every season that passed without rain, as if his warnings themselves had brought the drought upon them. O Hud, you have not brought us any clear sign. We are not the ones to abandon our gods on your word alone. But quietly, in the years no one was watching him closely enough, Kedar had begun slipping away from the temple gatherings to stand at the edge of the crowd whenever Hud spoke. My son, you go to listen to him again. I go to listen to the only man in this city still telling the truth, father. I have put my trust in Allah, my Lord and your Lord. There is no moving creature that he does not hold by its forelock. My Lord is on a straight path. Kedar was not alone. A small number had begun believing quietly, careful never to say it where the chiefs could hear. But belief in that city was dangerous. The louder Hud's warnings grew, the colder his own people turned toward him. And as his words fell on ears that refused to listen, the sky above them began to change. It started small. A stillness in the air that had not been there before. Have you noticed? No wind at all for days. Not even a breath of it. It will pass. It always does. Kedar noticed it before almost anyone. The water in his family's well sat lower than he had ever seen it. The air sat heavy and did not move, not even at night. Father, something feels wrong. It has felt wrong for years, Kedar. You are only just now noticing it. And then, one day, something rose up on the horizon. A cloud, wide and dark, stretching across the whole of the sky. This cloud will bring us rain. Finally, after all this dryness, rain is coming. They ran out into the open to watch it come. Children pointed at the sky. Elders smiled for the first time in weeks. Look! Look at what is coming toward our valley. Kedar pushed through the cheering crowd to reach Hud alayhi salam. Is this the rain, at last? No. This is not what you think it is. This is what you were so eager to hasten. A wind, carrying with it a punishment that is deeply painful. It will destroy everything by the command of its Lord. Gather your father. Gather whoever will listen to you now. There is no more time left to wait. Kedar turned and ran back through the same crowd, shouting words no son of Aad had ever dared shout in the open. This is not rain. Get away from the open ground. A chief standing near the temple steps grabbed him by the arm. You stand with the madman now, boy. In front of everyone. Kedar did not pull away. Yes. In front of everyone. Let go of my arm. I have to find my father. The sky went dark long before any cloud should have blocked the sun. And then the wind came. Not a storm wind. Not anything the people of Aad had a word for. It roared down into the valley between the mountains they had carved their own names into, and it did not stop. What is happening? Where is this coming from? Get inside. Get inside now. But there was no inside left to run to. Doors were torn from their frames. Sand rose off the ground in sheets thick enough to blot out the sky completely. Voices screamed for fathers, for sons, for gods made of stone that did not answer any of them. The wind tore men from the ground where they stood and threw them down again as if they were nothing more than the trunks of hollow palm trees. Men taller and stronger than any nation before or after them were lifted off their feet like leaves caught in a storm. It roared over their land for 7 nights and 8 days without ever stopping, without ever once growing quiet enough for anyone to believe it might end. Their fortresses cut into the mountains could not shelter them. Their pillars, the tallest ever raised on the face of the earth, cracked and came down one by one into the sand. All their strength, all their pride, all the power they believed no one could ever take from them. It meant nothing against the command of the one they had refused to worship. Father, come with me, now, please. Kedar found him still standing near the pillars he had spent his whole life cutting stone for, staring up at them as if seeing them clearly for the first time. All these years, I believed these pillars would outlast everything. Father, there is no time. My son has more sense than his father ever did. Take me to him. Take me to Hud. Kedar would later tell his own children that he remembered almost nothing of those 8 days except the sound. A sound like the whole sky tearing itself apart above his head, and beneath it, his father's hand gripping his, refusing to let go. When it finally ended, when the wind at last fell silent and the sand settled back onto a valley that no longer looked like the one they had grown up in, Kedar opened his eyes to a city that simply was not there anymore. Do you see any trace of them left? We left nothing of them but this. A story for those who will come after. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Hud alayhi salatu wa salam and those who had believed with him. He had warned his people with every breath he had. He had asked for nothing in return. He had called them his own people even as they called him mad. And when the punishment finally came, he was not standing among the ruins. He was standing among the saved. Kedar stood there too, beside his father, looking out over a silence that only days before had been the loudest, proudest city in the region. We saved him and those with him by a mercy from us, and we cut off the roots of the people who denied our signs. They were not believers. So this was the people of Aad. A nation that denied their Lord. And Aad was made to vanish. Centuries later, long after that wind had fallen silent, a man named Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would stand before another proud people in the same region and remind them of a nation whose strength had once rivaled the whole world. And do you not see how they built on every high place a landmark, wasting their time, and took fortresses as though you might live forever? Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with Aad? The people of the lofty pillars, the likes of which had never been created in any other land. Their cities are gone now. Swallowed by the very sands they once ruled over. Somewhere beneath that desert, the bones of a civilization that believed no power on earth could ever touch them still lie buried, a silent witness to what happens when a people are given everything, and choose to thank nothing but themselves. But somewhere in that same story is a young man who stood at the base of a pillar as a boy, wondering how something built by human hands could reach so high, and who grew into a man wise enough to ask a better question. What is the lesson in all of this? That every gift we hold, our strength, our wealth, our height, our power, belongs entirely to the one who gave it. And not one of us, ever, is beyond his reach. And that even inside a nation convinced of its own might, one quiet heart willing to listen is never too small for Allah to save. If this story moved you, tell me in the comments which part stayed with you the most. Your comments are what keep this work going. They remind me that this is actually reaching someone. So tell me, what did the story of Aad teach you? We are building something real here, for the next generation, and this is the place where we build it. And if you would like to support this work, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. It is not just about support. It is about being part of a small group of people who want to do something for the deen. Not everyone can sit and research these stories for hours. Not everyone can write them, record them, edit them. But you can be the reason they get made. And every person who watches one of these and learns something, by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a share of that reward reaches you too. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the pride that destroyed Aad. May He keep our hearts humble however much He gives us. May He never let us forget who the strength truly belongs to. Ameen. Jazakumullahu khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum.